Hey guys, we're here at 401 Games with Tristan, your favorite Toronto judge. You just went undefeated with PUNK Horus. What are your thoughts on this deck and why this build in particular?
Honestly, when I went looking at the deck, I was looking for something that could do a lot of engine cards and whatnot, but at the same time play hand traps. And I just like the interactions this deck gives you with some of its options.
Awesome. Well, let's get right to the list then.
All right. So, basic starters of the engine: 3 Xiaomin, 3 Foxy. 2 are the best starters for the engine, and then we play 1 of the Trap Searcher, 1 of the Spell Searcher, 1 of the Fusion Guy, 1 of the Monster Searcher, and 1 Deer Node. And these are all just the extenders, and you only want to play 1 of each because realistically you only want to see 1, and anything more than that then just becomes a brick. And the fact that you can only use their search effect once per turn is enough to get you going. And then the next engine I play with this deck, and what I really love about it, is the Horus engine, which is triple Imseti, 1 Dua, 1 Happy, and literally this engine just works so well with the PUNK engine because of the fact that PUNK on its own inherently makes 3, 5, 8, and can synchro into level 11 plays, can synchro exceed into rank 8 plays, which I'll show with the extra deck later. And then it also gives you versatility if you feel comfortable about just setting up the Horus cards themselves, because of the fact that they trigger whenever another card leaves the field. Like Imseti sends a card, Dua draws you cards, and Happy recycles your card. And what I love about Happy the most is if you set up with the Horus package and you get evenly, everything else gets banished face down, you trigger Happy, bring the face down banish back to your hand. So you can instantly just recover King's Sarcophagus with like Imseti, and then you set up your plays all over again. Or the last boss monsters I play are just 2 Fenrir. And Fenrir is just good overall because it deals with floodgates, it deals with certain problematic cards, and it's also good for making a level 10 synchro. And then next is all the hand traps I played. So I played 2 Valor, 2 Ash, 2 Ogre, 2 Droll, 1 Nib, and 2 Imperm. And the reason why I'm playing like 2s of all the hand traps and whatnot instead of maxing out on some of them is because of the fact that the format is so diverse. Like there's so many different decks in the format, and not every single hand trap works against every single deck. And so I just wanted variety. That and the fact that most of the hand traps are hard once per turn, as opposed to the hand traps like Valor and Imperm, which aren't once per turn. And especially because I've seen more and more players switching to Centurion, Ogre actually puts in the work against them. And same with the Horus package, seeing that pop up more and more because they go King Sark, they pick a card, and then you Ogre pop it, and then they just make 2 cards for nothing.
And I guess because it's a PUNK deck, you play E-Tally for Ghost Ogre or no?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You'll see once I get to the spell lineup, do the spell fire. 1 Callby, 2 Crossout Detonator, 2 King Sarcophagus, 1 PUNK Jam Extreme Session, 1 Triple Tactic Tank Talent, Triple E Teleport, and 1 PUNK Trap. And most of this is self-explanatory because of the fact that the spell guy gets you this, which gets you 2 more pluses every time you search off the other ones, such as the Trap Searcher and the Synchro Searcher. And so realistically, you're going from 2 to 4 cards, and that's like even more pluses. The fact that your hand is just a combination of engine cards plus hand traps, and you're consistently going on and on. And then Call By and Cross Out. Again, part of the reason why I play so many different hand traps is because there's so many hand traps in the game right now, and it's like you want to be prepared for the ones you're most likely going to see. Go on to the extra deck now. Gotta play the Field Center, gotta play a token, and then starting we have the Fusion Punk Monster, got the Synchro Punk Monster, got Baron de Fleur for the level 10. It's the only level 10 I play. And then 2 11s. One is the PUNK Synchro, and second again Punisher, because this guy is just so awesome as a boss monster, with the fact that as long as you're paying the life points and you end up with lower life points than your opponent, you drop this on them, and most of the time they won't be able to out this unless they have a kaiju or they're willing to lower their life points by crashing into this guy. But if they do that, they're going to be hitting into more than 3,500 because of the fact that at the start of the battle phase, it gains attack points equal to the difference in your life points, especially when you're the one lower. Then for the exceeds, I play one Fortune Tune. This guy actually came up today because I was just spamming level 3s, and so I made Fortune Tune, which then auto got me into Zeus, and then I just board wiped the guy, and that was game from there. And then I play Hope Harbinger, Lancelot, Coach Trainer, Typhon, and then the Zeus. I'm playing the Lancelot over Galaxy Lord because of the fact that one, Lord is so uber expensive and I don't have a copy of the card. And second, Lancelot, I found it actually helped me deal with a lot of the problem situations where it's like I'd rather attack him directly and then just go for Zeus after the fact, as opposed to going Galaxy Lord, which is great for a negate, but it only negates monster effect. And Lancelot literally negates anything. The only thing you have to keep in mind though is that when you summon this card, it needs to be the last thing you do because it's a mandatory effect that responds to you and your opponent. So the moment you drop this card, you essentially should have nothing left to play after that. And whatever your opponent's first move is going to get negated by this guy. And then last but not least, to finish up the extra deck, one Boujing, SP, IP, and Underworld Goddess. This card was just a tech I was playing where if I had like 2 monsters at the same level on the field, I could just link them off for this guy. And then if I had like a Horus in the grave and Foxy Tune in hand, I could just go for any one of the rank 8s here. So that way I had another follow-up for interruption on the opponent's turn. And then SP, IP is straightforward. And Underworld Goddess is just to help you with problematic boss monsters. And then for the side deck, play 2 Lava Golem, 1 Spear Mode, 1 Book of Eclipse, 2 Cosmics, a Skullmeister, another Droll, another Nib, 2 Lancias, 1 Tikaboo, and 3 Summon Limit.
Oh wow.
Honestly, out of the entire side deck, my favorite cards to go into were the Lava Golem and Spear Mode, just because everybody was just on the whole premise of building a board that seemed uncrackable. And so like the best way to crack those boards was actually with these cards, because I've been finding more and more that Evenly and Lightning Storm don't do enough to break the board because they have some sort of insulation against it, or the recursion after that is just too great to really be effective enough, and it just deals with it in so many better ways. And that's pretty much it.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for the deck profile. Any last shout outs?
Shout out to Games for giving me the deck profile, and thanks to shout outs to Justin and Gannon for testing this with me and giving me pointers on how to interact with Centurion and tier limits. And that's about it.
Awesome, thank you.